Shakti Shiva Tarot for another read. We're going to sage the space, ask for the Divine Creator to bring down the light and allow me to be a clear channel for those who need it the most. And if it's not resonating with you, you don't have to be here. But a reminder that I'm just here to confirm your own intuition. I'm not here to predict anything. Source, Akashic Record Light Activation. Ooh. You know, we all have access to the Akashic Records. It's just a matter of becoming a clear channel. But some people, like myself, have taken the studies further and been trained. I'm level 2 trained, 1 and 2 Akashic Records. So if you are ever wanting to know about your Akashic Records and want to dive deep into that, you can shoot me a DM or schedule a session with me. But this is pretty much, the Akashic Records they're not psychic predictions. It's a library of information. Every soul carries information and impressions on their souls, and like I go in with a prayer to ask questions, open answer, or not open answer, yes or no questions, so that, you know, we've got to be very specific about our questions, because but I connect with your team to ask the questions that you want to know about your soul. And it could be anything about your past lives, about what you're meant to do in this life. It could be about specific people, places. You know, you can even do Akashic Records on a home. Like if you're buying a new home and you want to know like what has happened in this home, you can, with the permission of the owner, unless it's like, okay, well, that's a whole other thing. Anyways, you can do it on animals, you can do it on rocks, you can do it on trees. Everything that has a soul, everything that is matter has a soul and has an Akashic Record. And you can, like I said, when your light is activated and you become a clear channel, even you yourself with your higher chakra lit up have access to these records without even potentially knowing. So this is a sign for you to connect with that source yourself, right? Be the light, become the light, tap into your light codes, your activation. Something's being activated. All right, anything else from this deck? No? Yes? Ooh, Hercules. Ooh. Oh my God, I'm thinking of that song that Meg sings. It's like on the tip. I'll post it. Strength, courage, and power. It's like right there. It's just not translating through. I can see, for those of you who know what movie I'm talking about, put it in the comments. It's the ones with the goddesses and they're singing and they're like, no. She's like, no. Anyways, Meg is like, you know, battling with this, like, no, I don't love him, right? Because she was sent by Hades to persuade him on something. And I don't know why I can't think of the exact story, but those of you who have watched the movie, it's like there's something about, anyways, her intention was not pure when she went into this connection with Hercules, but ended up falling in love with him, right? And so I feel like that is kind of like maybe the theme here. But strength, courage, and power is needed, and it is available to you. So let's see what else is going on here. Hercules, man, he's got, I mean, this is a warrior, and a warrior of what? Of the mind. Look at that. He's got his sword on his back, a big one, and he's got one in his belt there. Like he's ready. He's ready for war. And you know, Hercules was a immortal. He had the golden thread. He was what you consider a demigod. You know, he born of both. So, but he had that golden thread that, you know, Hades wanted to end his life, and he could not because he was blessed by the gods. He was golden thread. Yeah. Know you are protected. Know you have the strength and courage and the power to overcome any karmic battles, any karmic obstacles that maybe you're being faced with at the moment. You know, if you are going through struggles in life and whatever, in love and finances, friendships, family, just know, ooh, yeah, that spirit, the Holy Spirit has your back. And the sun, the sun, this is like your personality at your core, you know, who you are born into and who you were as a child that grows with you throughout your entire life. That person, that little person inside of you that will never change. But also, sun is the number one card in the deck. It is the ultimate illumination, right? It's the yes card. It is joy, happiness, partnership, past life, relationships, past life love, past life partnerships. This could symbolize a masculine in your life, especially with the Hercules here. The divine masculine, maybe the divine masculine within you that needs to put your divine masculine's strength and power into play right now. Let's see what else. Oh my gosh, Venus love. I'm taking it because I saw it. So very interesting. And then we have air element communicate at the bottom. 1 and 4. Love, Venus. The planet of Venus is, you know, that's Aphrodite. Aphrodite was a goddess, the goddess of love. She's symbolized by Venus and Taurus and Libra. The sun is Leo. Oh, look at this. We have Jupiter, the 4th house. Jupiter is Sag. The 4th house is Cancer. 9th house is Sag. Explore. This is an opportunity to explore yourself in love. The sun, like I said, especially with Jupiter, this is symbolizing a masculine in your life. Doesn't, you know, just the divine masculine, a masculine in your life enters the scene. And with this home and exploration, I feel like this is about exploring a home dynamic. Abundance will be yours. It's like, if you are worried about finances and it's like this is withholding you from allowing this love, this is what I feel like you're being told. You will be blessed. There's no need to worry about finances and whether you will have enough to provide in this home loving situation, because love is the number one provider. And I know people are probably not going to agree with me, right? Because they're like, oh, love doesn't pay the bills. Well, technically, when there is self-love, yeah, that's what pays the bills. When you have love of self, right? Because you put that effort towards yourself, and that's where that passion, that drives, that need to want is your own self-love. I know a lot of people don't see it like that, but that lack of self-love is probably what keeps your pockets empty and always, you know, feeling like you're lacking, right? So I feel like when you get to a point where you're spiritual, you know how valuable you are on the spiritual level, that will show through by providing for you in the physical. And it might not look like luxury. It might not look like, you know, loads and loads of, it could look like that. I'm not saying that it can't look like that. It could look like that. But this is about abundance in all ways. Like I said, abundance is being provided for, having what you need, exactly what you need. It could be having the home, having the food, having the resources that you need in order to have a loving home. And I feel like spirit is going to work with you in creating this. There's something in, I feel like there's a past life connection here that is trying to come through. It's like you've already done this before. The creator, look at that source. Source, the creator. You've created, you get to create, like paint what you want. Look at that, paint. For some of you guys, this means you need to paint. If you're struggling, if you don't know, like I feel like this is painting just to get your mind out of the gutter, the liminal space. For some of you, blue eyes, green eyes, hazel eyes is important. Maybe you or your person. This is like one of you, there could be like the yin and yang here, like someone's super bright and colorful and wears a lot of colors, and the other one tends to wear a lot of like black and white. Just a different energy, right? One's, you know, it's like the rainbow and the storm. Anyways, so there's definitely love on the table that wants to come through, and I feel like, wow, didn't I say this before? There's a love that is shape shifting. It's going to look completely different than what it's looked like. This is also, you know, with the Bardo, if there has been confusion, if there has been shadowy trickster energy, there's a ending to that. You might feel like you're like in the liminal space right now, like you're in the in-between, but know that on the other side of this somber feeling, this bleak feeling, this feeling of like maybe like you're like you don't know where you are, where you're going, what you're doing, like know that on the other side, wow, there's love. The Holy Spirit is guiding this connection, is guiding you, and it's bringing you back to yourself. Number one, it says heal abandonment, time to forgive. 100%. Time to forgive. Beyond illusion, change your perception. So for some of you, your person could definitely bring up this abandonment wound. And there's a sense of your perception about it is skewed. Like you hold on a second. I feel like this is about expanding and exploring your own core abandonment wound. We all have it. Someone can come in to trigger that so that you can finally see it and heal it. And I know a lot of you are going to disagree, but I don't really care, because like this is what, when people come to clear trauma from ancestral lines, this is unfortunately the lessons that we signed up to do. And who is somebody outside of you to tell you how long that should take for you, or judge you for looping on something that maybe you, like, you're not ready to learn, you know, like that's not anybody else's choice. And, you know, people are going to say, oh, it's your choice, and you get to choose when you want to stop looping and learning that lesson, right? I feel like for some of you, you guys are healing from this. You are letting go of these superficial things, these people, these places, these beliefs. You are being put through the ringer right now. You're being put through the test. I feel like, you know, the Seven of Cups, like I've said before, there's a lot of options and opportunities out there that are trying to like pull you and lure you in, and not every one of them have your best interest at hand, okay? And I feel like for some of you, because you've pulled your energy back, people are watching you from a distance. But some, like, I feel like they're planning on communicating. Whoever's watching from a distance is planning on communicating. But somebody wants to heal something with you, because I feel like Nine of Wands, yeah. This is like wanting to heal the connection, but feeling super exhausted and tired, and feeling like the wounded soldier. You know, like, I don't know if I have the resources. I don't know if I have the strength. I don't know if I have the energy, right? And so this is why there is this sense of like retreat. This could be you. This could be your other person. But we have the Queen of Cups on the table. This is somebody who is very loving and compassionate and compassion and forgiving. And maybe, wow, look at that. I feel like this is, someone is realizing that you have always been this loving, forgiving, compassionate, empathic, kind, generous, emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, kind, loving, and caring. Like, but I feel like you have pulled back your energy because you feel tired and you're like healing, and this is somebody who's like, I'm done. Like, I've put up the fight. I've done what I can. If this is you with the Queen of Cups energy, just the feeling like you've done what you can, right? This is the Lovers. Someone is waiting for the right conditions to come in, and I feel like this is somebody watching. Now, like I said, be careful who you choose carefully, because there's a couple people that could potentially come in and communicate and offer something. But I feel like there's only one energy that matches you on a soul level, and this is what it's like. There's only one person that you choose on a daily. Wow, look at that. Something that you feel was over. I know a lot of you aren't gonna like, whatever, I don't care. This was something that seemed like it was over with the Death card. There's a reconciliation. There's a revolution. There is a realization that this is my perfect person. This is my perfect match with the Lovers here. This is somebody that I can see myself doing the daily life with, having children with, settling down with. Especially, yeah, it's like there was this sense of superficiality in other relationships, and I feel like this person is recognizing that a lot of these cups were poisonous, a lot of these cups were toxic, a lot of these cups were just people using them, people wanting them and needing them for things. Like, it was not genuine love. It was not soul reciprocal soulmate love. Look at these two people embracing each other like they love each other. And if there was a third party, that is 100% ending. It's over, because there's reconciliation energy here. This person is now, look at this, realizing that home is with you. Okay? And, for you guys can, this could be somebody, this could be somebody that comes in completely new, having that past life energy that you feel this immediate connection to, and it goes, I don't feel like that's what this is. I feel like this is something that has been going on for quite some time, because I do see like this is a journey. There's an opportunity to shift. Wow, it's a mystery. The outcome is a freaking mystery, you guys. And there's an opportunity. There's magic, there's intrigue, there's suspense. There's an opportunity to have this happily ever after, the perfect counterpart, the match made in heaven. You will get the resolution that you want. So if you want someone from your past, that person is coming in. If you want someone new, that person is coming in. Look at this big old girl who laid on my cards.